Right, so in this video, we're gonna go over the body weight squat. It's a very essential exercise. So first things first, I'm gonna show you how to do it. The second thing is I'm gonna show you what muscle groups we're working. And the third thing, I'm gonna show you the 3 areas to focus on in terms of the form. So this is what a good squat will look like. Feet are about shoulder width apart. They can be a little bit closer, they can be a little bit further away, depending on how tall you are and how long your limbs are, right? So we're coming down to 90 degrees here. Hands can be together, hands can be out. Doesn't really matter, depends on your personal preference right here. So from the side view, we come all the way down to 90 degrees. Right? And we come back up, squeeze the glutes, so we're all the way straight right here. So the main areas that we're gonna be working on are the quads when it comes down to the squats. You are gonna hit your hamstrings, you are gonna hit your glutes, but with the body weight squat in particular, it is gonna be more of a quad-based movement, all right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the form comes down to putting your feet flat on the ground, right? And you have your center of mass in the middle of your foot. You don't wanna have too much weight on the front part of your feet and your heels lift off the ground, right? That can cause injury over time. You don't want to have your weight too far back on the heels, and we don't have our balance. We don't have any power from this position because our toes are off the ground, right? You want to stick your toes and make sure your heel are deep down into the ground. We go down to about 90 degrees and come back up. That's the second thing we want to focus on, is not having our knees come too far in like so. We lose all of our power and put a lot of inward pressure on the knees. Have the knees and the toes in the same direction. That's also going to allow you to get down to that 90-degree angle and come back up to the top and squeeze the tush. The third area is going to be the hips, all right? So when you start the squat, you don't want to just bend the knees like this, coming forward. You want to simultaneously bend your knees and stick your hips back at the same time. Make sure that the hips, the crease right here, is about right at your knee level, all right? The deeper you go, the more you're going to engage the glutes and the hamstrings, but I typically like to go to 90 degrees. Now, the last thing I wanted to bring up is the tempo. How fast should we do this? What's the speed at which we go? Well, the first thing you want to do is look at the time after it says tempo underneath this video in your app. But if it doesn't say anything there, typically what I like to go for when it comes to the body weight squat is a 5-second rep, okay? So you're going to go down 3, 2, 1, hold for a brief second, and then explode up, right? Same thing. 3, 2, 1, hold for a second, and then you explode up. That's going to allow you a good amount of time under tension, control, and you're really going to feel it in those quads. Like I said, you're going to work the glutes and the hamstrings, but this is majority quad movement.